how's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at The Dentist. This is from 1996 and is directed by Brian Yuzna. Now, you guys may know Brian Yuzna as the director of Society, but he also directed some very underrated sequels to cult classic horror movies: Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, Initiation, Return of the Living Dead 3, and Bride of Reanimator. Which, speaking of Reanimator, Stuart Gordon is one of the writers on this movie, so that's cool as well. Anyway, this movie stars Corbin Bernsen, Linda Hoffman, we get Ken Foree in here as a detective, and a before-they-were-famous appearance from Mark Ruffalo, who would go on to play the Incredible Hulk. Anyway, this movie, I was expecting a good bit of cheesy fun. A dentist-themed slasher movie. Surely we're gonna get some dentist jokes, and we do, and we're going to get some gory mouth practical effects, and yes, we do. We get some wince-inducing scenes. So we get gore and humor in here. It's a movie that it knows its job, and it does get its job done, but then it also goes above and beyond its job with a really solid concept and a super interesting character study. The idea here that the dentist is a place that most of us have been to. It's a weird and unnerving environment, and you know you're going to literally go in there and have someone, work on your teeth. Yeah, it's intrinsically creepy, but we get by saying, hey, this is the dentist, he's a professional, he knows what he's doing. But a lot of us don't think about the dentist's personal life. What if he has problems? What if the guy you're entrusting your teeth to is having a really, really bad day? And yeah, this is a character study of the dentist, Dr. Finestone, and he is snapping. He is obsessive about filth, and he sees rot and decay everywhere. He feels like people don't appreciate him and all the hard work he's doing. He's feeling intense pressure and very intense paranoia. And basically, this movie takes place over the course of about 48 hours, and we get to watch this guy, under all this pressure, snap and go absolutely nuts. There is surrealism in here, there is crazy moments in here, and you blend that with the gore and the humor, and you get quite the experience of the movie. You get him, you get all the people in his office, all the patients, and it really does have this fair amount of tension behind it, wondering what he's going to do to these people if they push him just a little bit, And yeah, it's a movie that works way better than I thought it would. Again, it gets the base down. It does the gore and the humor, but going above and beyond and incorporating this character study and this sense of surrealism, it really does work out pretty well, and it's a shame that this movie is kind of underrated. Definitely go check it out if you can take creepy teeth stuff. Anyway, I guess in order to analyze this further, I'm going to talk a bit about the plot. No major spoilers, but I do want to do a bit of an analysis. I'm going to take a look at a few plot points and talk a bit about them, but I won't ruin the ending. So without further ado, let's dive in. We open up with a sort of how did I get here moment. We see the doctor in a padded cell, and he's miming out dentistry and talking to the camera, so we know things aren't going to go great for this guy. But how did he get here? We're going to flash back, and we will get some narration talking about what the doctor's thinking. But we jump back to a bit ago, and he's living in a nice house in LA, a pretty big mansion. And not only is this a really cool set, and we get to see some over-the-top architecture, big circles and stuff, but we also get, hints of wealth and affluence and privilege and things like that. But we find out that he's paranoid about his wife. He sees his wife talking to the pool boy in just a robe, and he suspects there's an affair. and he actually sees it, but the way the movie's shot, we're never sure if he sees it in real life or if this was all in his head. He's definitely paranoid, and he's a bit of an unreliable narrator, and that is one of the things I really wonder about. Was the affair ever real? Well, that's causing him to spiral, and I also like we get a conversation with his wife where he's complaining because his cufflinks don't match his shirt, and the wife gives him a new pair of cufflinks as an anniversary present. This whole thing is leading up to their anniversary, you know, this first day. And I do like how during this conversation, we get to see them switch super easily between a loving couple and a couple that hates each other, like back and forth within the same conversation. And I really do love the character work we get here. But he has this sort of, he's already stressed, he's suspecting the affair, and he's late to work, and all his clients are starting to get ticked off. But we get to his job, which is a really cool set. Again, a big sort of a well-to-do dentist office, and all the rooms have different little theming, which is a nice little touch there. But he's there, there's the staff who are all relatively well fleshed out. I love the secretary later on in the movie after crazy stuff happens. She has the line, "Nothing gets past me," and I think some stuff has. But one of the first patients we get is this young kid, and as they go into the mouth to check his teeth, and he's got the little needle thing, and it's an uncomfortable close-up on these teeth, we do get that sense of tension. It's an innocent little kid there, and he's doing his job, and, you know, the way that he can flip from angry to, I'm dealing with a kid, so I'm gonna joke and be nice to him, and you know that that's just a facade he's putting up for his business. There is such an amount of tension in this first dental sequence alone, but it's far from the last one. He has several other clients. Mark Ruffalo is like a Hollywood agent, and he's got this beauty queen there, and he's starting to like change everything about her, and now he's to her teeth, and that's why she's there. So again, a bit of a Hollywood thing. We get this IRS agent that is kind of blackmailing him and using that for free dental care, so someone stepping on him there. But we also get a character that I really like is this young girl who is trying to get her braces off after 2 years, and amidst this crowd of crazy people, she's like one of the few unobjectively good ones. Her mom just kind of leaves her there, go get your braces off, and she's just uncomfortably waiting in the waiting room while Mark Ruffalo is a little bit of a creep to her, and we just, you know, kind of hope that whenever she goes to see the doctor, she'll be okay. But yeah, we do get patience. We do get him the patients start to test his patience, and we get to see him starting to crack, you know, and you don't know when he'll slip and how far he'll slip and what he'll wind up doing to these people. And yeah, knowing he's a dentist, it's going to be some horrific stuff. And yeah, just the office barely staying in order. When he does slip, can he cover up his crimes, or will Ken Foree wind up catching him? There is a lot of tension, a lot of surrealism in the way the intense sequences are shot, and several hallucinations incorporating the possibility of his wife's affair into these things that have honestly not much to do with it, but is just the way his mind's going right now. Overall, very tense, very surreal, but still keeps the slasher gore and some jokes, and I really do love this guy's performance. It's not always fun to follow a jerk character, but they really make him an interesting jerk, and they do get some good jokes out of him, so he is a super interesting, you know, character to follow, that because you are following him, you are following the villain, and he stays a super engaging character even though he is the film's bad guy. Overall, I really do like it, and I do recommend checking it out. if you can take teeth stuff, because yeah, there is lots of teeth stuff. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be my slasher movies playlist. If you guys want to see me talk about more slasher movies, that should be right there. Things like Halloween, Friday the 13th. Also the Brian Yuzna directed Silent Night, Deadly Night 4. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.